How's it going, guys, and welcome to today's video. A few videos back, when we went over the results of the necropsy, we learned that my cows are suffering from a deficiency in both copper and selenium. My first reaction was to give them selenium salt blocks, but these are really more for maintaining selenium levels and copper levels for that matter. They're not really for getting cattle back up from a deficiency. So we decided that we needed to take this fight to another level and give them something a little bit stronger. That's what we're talking about today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. When I knew I wanted to up my mineral program, my first reaction was to give them the injectable minerals, because I knew that was going to be the fastest way to get them back up to kind of where they needed to be. But after some research and a lot of suggestions from you guys, I decided that maybe that wasn't going to be the way to go. Not that there's anything wrong with doing that, but I think that I can get equally as good results with a loose mineral supplement. After a little bit of research, I decided that this Purina Wind and Rain was going to be the way to go for my cows. This product not only claims to have everything in it that my cows need, but it also claims that it will help bring them out of deficiency like what my girls are going through right now. I had a heck of a time trying to find this guaranteed analysis tag online. In fact, I never did find it. So I wanted to show you guys in case you were curious about feeding this stuff to your animals. But as you can see, I got the two important ones that I'm worried about highlighted, and they're both there. So that's what we're looking for. And you can see when comparing those numbers to the numbers on the salt block here, we were only at 420 copper and 90 selenium. So there's actually much less in these salt blocks. Now, part of my problem here is that I don't have a proper mineral feeder. Definitely not something for loose mineral. And I will get one eventually. I'll probably end up making one. I kind of have an idea of how I want it. But for the time being, just because I feel like I need to get these minerals out to the cows as soon as I can, I think I'm just going to use this old water trough. I mean, I don't really see why that wouldn't work. As long as I don't knock it over, it should be fine. Well, 150 pounds sure doesn't look like much in this water trough, but at least that way we know that they won't be spilling a bunch out on the ground. So I put this water trough I keep calling it a water trough, which I guess it is, but there's no water in it. But I'm putting it by their real water trough so that as they eat the salt and everything, it's going to make them thirsty. They'll have access to water right there, and that should encourage them to eat a little bit more of this. Well, that did not take long at all. I'm kind of surprised. They're moving right in on that stuff, so that's good. They need it. Man, look at you guys go. here I was worried that it might take them a couple days to start licking on this and figure out that they liked it. Obviously that's not going to be a problem because they are hitting it hard right now. I hope everybody gets some. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of here and just kind of let them do their thing, and then tomorrow we'll come back and check on this trough and see how much is left in here. All right, we are back out here in the pasture. It's been about 24 hours since we put this out, give or take. And let's take a look at it and see how much they ate. I'm not sure how well it is going to show on camera, but there's actually still a fair amount in here. There's probably, well, right there my fingers are touching the bottom. So I've got a good 3 to 4 inches, depending on where you look at it. But there's a good 3 to 4 inches still left here in the bottom of this water trough. That actually makes me happy because I was really worried that they were going to go through all of this overnight, and this mineral program was just going to become so expensive that I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. But judging by what they've eaten here, I think this is going to be a pretty good solution. Last night we saw them hitting this hard, and actually when I just pulled up today to put them in the new field, they were all gathered around it again. So I know that they're getting into it. And I would imagine that they're probably going to eat more now than they ever will because they're trying to bring themselves up out of a deficiency. So I think that they're just going to have a natural desire to consume more of this mineral now than they probably ever will once they get back up to where they need to be. In other words, the rate at which they're consuming it right now, it's probably the highest or the most that it's ever going to be. It's still probably too soon to tell, but I would say at this point that I'm happy with the way the wind and rain's being consumed, and I hope that between the wind and rain and the selenium salt blocks, that those two things are going to be enough to keep these cattle at the levels that they should be at. And I know it's going to take a long time to see any kind of results from this mineral program, really, but a couple of the things that I think that I might see, or I hope that I see, are better reproduction, better body condition, and just stuff like that. I'm optimistic for the future of what this is going to do for these cows. As you guys saw, the cows just moved into this new field, so now I guess my biggest problem is I've got to move this tub into that field, which isn't a huge problem, but still something I got to do. Hopefully this new mineral program is going to solve the problems that I was having with deficiencies. I think it would probably be smart of me, maybe in the fall when I get everyone in to vaccinate, to take hair samples or blood samples or whatever they need to test for those things and see if we've made any improvements with this new mineral program. Until next time, thanks for hanging out in the field with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.